Kathmandu metropolitan city, led by its mayor Balendra Shah, has intensified the demolition drive of illegal structures set up in front of a number of multiplex buildings and businesses operating in the underground parking lots. Shah in recent time or round led his troop to the Department of Passport in the capital's Tripureshwar area, forcing the offices operated in the underground facility to vacate the area. The move has come as a huge relief to the general public who earlier were facing massive hardship in the absence of parking lot while coming to the government unit. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma and these are the headlines of the hour. CPN UML claims a meeting of the ruling alliance already held in a foreign land regarding power sharing. Central Committee discusses poll strategies. Private sector enthusiastic over hotel prospects. 14 billion rupees invested in a year on 5-star hotels. 7 billion more committed to attract quality tourists. Moderna says it is suing Pfizer and its German partner BioNTech for patent infringement in the development of the first COVID-19 vaccine. FIFA decides to lift the suspension imposed on the All India Football Federation. Decks cleared for AIFF to host the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in October later this year. The Central Committee meeting of the main opposition CPN UML kicked off from yesterday, targeting strategies for the November 20th parliamentary and provincial elections. The UML has claimed that a meeting of the ruling alliance has already been held in a foreign land regarding power sharing. The meeting that started at the party headquarters in Lalitpur's Balku yesterday, the party chair KP Sharma Oli presented the much-touted political report. In the political report presented, Chairperson Oli has claimed of a power-sharing agreement that, according to Oli, was held in a foreign land at the presence of international representatives. Oli elaborated that such agreements that would allow foreign actors to make Nepal a playground are highly sensitive. Even as UML Chair Oli claimed that an alliance leader had held the agreement and did not elaborate on the identity of the leader, speculations are already pointing at CPN Maoist Center Chair Pushpa Kamal Dahal's recent India visit. The UML chief claimed that the leaders of the alliance are what he said, trying to get comfortable with the Indian leadership, asking for their support for the formation of the government after the November parliamentary elections. Oli has also mentioned in his report that Prime Minister Sher there was agreement with the Indian side regarding energy development long-term concept was faulty in terms of procedures. The meeting is set to formulate strategies along with programs for the parliamentary and provincial polls. Main opposition UML has geared up to contest the election single-handedly against the 5-party ruling alliance. Now, the special task force of the ruling alliance formed to finalize on the equation for the upcoming provincial and parliamentary elections has begun the process of allocation of seats for the provincial assemblies. The meeting of the task force held at Prime Minister Sher was official residence in Baluwatar yesterday discussed on the division of 330 seats at the provincial assemblies. The meeting dwelt on the possibility of parties fielding candidacy in one of either Provincial Assembly or the House of Representatives. Nepali Congress, that leads the ruling alliance, has proposed the seat allocation be done based on the results of the 2017 provincial and parliamentary elections. The next meeting of the task force has been scheduled for tomorrow. Now, in our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces why have political parties violated the election code of conduct. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
निर्वाचन आयोगले कानुन कार्यान्वयनमा कडाई नगरेकाले
आयोग नै राजनीतिक नियुक्तिको थलो बनेको छ।
दलहरु चाहिँ आफू कानुन भन्दा माथि छौं, नमान्दा पनि केही फरक पर्दैन भन्ने उद्देश्यले
श्रद्धा नै छैन। देश कसको लागि हो, जनता कसको लागि हो, लोकतन्त्र कसको लागि ल्याइएको।
उहाँहरुको सोच एउटै हुन्छ कि एकचोटी जित्छु, जितेपछि आफ्नो सत्तामा बस्छु।
उजुरी बिना उसले चाहिँ आचार संहिता पालना भए नभएको चाहिँ हेर्दैन, त्यसले गर्दा नै दलहरुले चाहिँ अटेरी गर्छन्।
राजनीतिक दल कर्मचारी सबैको मिलोमतो हुन्छ।
निर्वाचन आयोगका कर्मचारीहरु नै कुनै न कुनै पार्टीमा आस्था राखेका हुन्छन्।
जसरी पनि जितेर मन्त्री खानु छ र उनीहरुले नियम कानुनहरु किन चाहिँ अब मिचेर नै जानु छ।
Private investors have played an instrumental role in Nepal's tourism sector that began in the 1950s. The hospitality sector is expected to further boom as business houses have been introducing hotel chains. Private sectors have invested as much as 14 billion rupees in establishing star hotels in the past 1 year, in line with the government's goal to promote tourism sector, alongside pledging to invest 7 billion rupees more in the ongoing fiscal. At a time when investors are skeptic about the manufacturing sector, hospitality industry has continued to attract them. Currently, there are 1 super deluxe and 17 five-star hotels in operation in the country, while 13 five-star hotels are in the final stage of construction. These 13 hotels are expected to begin operation within the ongoing fiscal. Over a dozen foreign hotel chains have entered Nepal so far. Private investors are hopeful of generating billions of rupees in revenue and believe Nepal can cater to millions of visitors from the neighboring India and China. There are over 500 star hotels of various scales in operation in the country at the moment. These hotels have a capacity of hosting over 5 million visitors annually. Investors say they are confident of the potential that hospitality sector holds despite a slump in number of visitors in recent time. The government has categorized hotels into 9 groups, including simple resort, star hotels, deluxe resort, luxury resort and heritage. However, as investments are more focused in and around the capital and major cities, the hospitality sector in the rural regions have yet to flourish. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, what's your take on the increasing interest of private sector in the hotel business? Your options are A, scope in tourism, B, safe investment, and C, service and respect simultaneously. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now, Nepal has started searching for an alternative market for its tea after the Indian Parliament is trying to present a bill to impose taxes on Nepali tea it imports. Foreign Minister Naren Khadka, during his recent China visit, had also raised the issue of facilitating the export of tea. Government authorities have informed about the export of tea in foreign market, including India. At a time when Nepali tea is enjoying popularity from America's Starbucks to Japanese airlines, stakeholders back home were inclined to search for a new market after India one-sidedly raised quality issue of Nepali tea. India has been occupying around 90% market of Nepali tea. Even as it was always easier to export Nepali tea to the Indian market, businesses have said that they are now exploring new market after the quality issue raised in India. During Foreign Minister Naren Khadka's recent China visit, the Nepali side had urged China to make way for a conducive environment for tea to be exported to China. China had assured that any decision it takes would be based on the lab report it would conduct on Nepali tea. The government authorities told Kantipur News that efforts are underway to find an alternative market in the face of market constraint in India. In the past 2 years, Nepal's tea companies are using a common trademark to ensure the quality of the tea produced in the country. Kathmandu Metropolis vacated the basement of the Department of Passport at the capital's Tripureshwar yesterday, a day after it dismantled a few structures built around popular malls in the capital, citing violations of regulations. The municipality police team had vacated the Tripureshwar basement following directives from Metropolis Mayor Balin Shah. The Metropolis has said the Department of Passport had used the space for office works instead of making it available for parking purposes for the service seekers. The Metropolis has argued lack of parking spaces for service seekers had caused chaos in the whole area and had added the department had yet to approve the building's structural documents. The special court has begun hearing on the corruption case filed against former commissioner at the Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, Raj Narayan Pathak. A joint bench of the special court chair Sri Kantipur, members Yamuna Bhattarai and Saligram Koirala heard the case yesterday. The commission has alleged Pathak of taking 7.8 million rupees bribe money to settle the embezzlement case of Nepal Engineering College in March 2019. The commission has also filed bribery case against former chair of the college, Lambodar Neupane, demanding for a fine of 7.8 million rupees, while the commission has demanded for an 11-year jail term for the former commissioner Pathak for violation of conducts. Hindus in the country are celebrating Kushe Ausi, the Nepali version of Father's Day today, with much fervor. On this auspicious day, children show their love, appreciation and respect to their fathers by spending time with them, cooking delicacies, offering sweets and gifts. Married daughters come to visit their fathers on this day with gifts and sweets. Those who have lost their fathers pay homage to Gokarneshwar in the capital and offer tributes to the soul of their deceased fathers. Kenya registered an 18-run victory over Nepal in the second match of the 5-match T20 series yesterday. A day after a morale-boosting win, Nepal produced a dismal batting performance to lose the match despite chasing an average target of 133 runs. In the match played at Gymkhana Club ground, Nepal elected to field first and restricted Kenya to what looked like a below-par score for the second consecutive day. Kenya could only score 132 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in the allotted 20 overs. Rakib Patel top scored for Kenya with 35 runs. For Nepal, Sandeep Lamichhane and Dipender Singh Airi shared 3 wickets each. In reply, Nepal were bowled out for 114 runs in 19 overs. Nepal failed to build a notable partnership as Asif Sheikh's 25 runs turned out to be the highest score. Rohit Paudel and Adil Ansari chipped in with 20 runs each, while Pawan Sharaf scored 19. Gyanendra Malla and Dipender Singh Airi failed cheaply as Nepal's young batting lineup was exposed. Emmanuel Bundi, Lucas Aluch and Viraj Patel shared 2 wickets each to derail Nepal's innings. The third match of the series is slated for tomorrow. And that's all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.